How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Satakashi Show. Welcome to the ZTS Sports amongst the NFL football season. As you guys know, let's welcome ourselves to week 5, man. Let's welcome ourselves to week 5. Real quick, let me add on to this is off of week 3, and I'm gonna go into week 4 real quick. So let me at least put this fully onto the screen so y'all can see it. But now, as you guys can see, this is week 3, where Jay won that, I was second, Marcus was third. But of course, total wise, I'm still leading with a tie with Jay. But moving forward, you guys can see the games of those weeks, who got them right, who got them wrong. And as we keep on lining them up throughout the season, you can see week 4, I won that with a 13-3 win, 13 wins, 3 losses. Sorry for that. Marcus got a 12-4, and Jay got a 6-10. As of right now, I'm leading Marcus by 3, and I'm leading Jay by 7. Right, so week 5 could be a whole different story, but right now I'm taking the lead and I'm holding it strong right now throughout the season. But with that said, let's take that off the screen. Let's get it back over here. Right, but real quick, let me put this on right here, so we can start off week 5. Weeks for the Thursday night football. But one thing for sure right now, I want to throw out there, we got 2 teams left that are undefeated. From the AFC, we have none other than the Kansas City Chiefs, 4-0. And on the NFC side, we have the Minnesota Vikings. These are the only 2 teams that are undefeated at this point in time. I believe right now in this upcoming week that both the teams will still be undefeated. But later down the stretch, I do believe that both these teams will find their loss soon enough. But nonetheless, let's get into week 5. So starting off with the week 5 Thursday night football game, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Atlanta Falcons. And in this game, I have, forget just me, Marcus, and Jay vote for the Bucs in this game. So that's the Bucs right there. First game of Sunday, we have the New York Jets versus the Minnesota Vikings, and we all vote for the Vikings. Next on up, we have the Carolina Panthers versus the Chicago Bears. And in that game, me and Jay picked the Panthers, and Marcus is going with the Bears. Okay. Next on up, this is a good game right here. Hello, the first heavy game of this week. We got the Baltimore Ravens versus the Cincinnati Bengals, and I predict this to be a ground versus air game. Ravens footing it on the ground, and the Bengals swinging it in the air. But with that said, me and Marcus both got the Ravens, while Jay is going with the Bengals on this game. All right. Next on up, we have another rivalry game. Sorry to say that, I forgot. But the Bucs and the Falcons are also a rivalry game. But let's go into this one. We got a rivalry game with the Miami Dolphins versus the New England Patriots. And me and Jay are going with the Dolphins, but Marcus has got the Patriots for this game. All right. Next on up, we got the Cleveland Browns versus the Washington Commanders. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm letting y'all know right now, Jaden Daniels, Rookie of the Year. Lock it in right now. By the end of this year, we're going to be calling him Rookie of the Year. Lock it in. Saying that right now. But for this game, both me, Marcus, and Jay, we all agreed that we're going with the Commanders for this game right here. Next on up, we got the Indianapolis Colts versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. And me and Marcus agree on the Colts. Jay is going with the Jaguars. We'll see what happens here. And yes, this is a rivalry game right here amongst the AFC South. Too bad they won't be that good. Too bad. The second game of Week 5, that's going to be great. The Buffalo Bills versus the Houston Texans. Can Buffalo make a comeback? Will Stephon Diggs get a little bit of revenge? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it real quick. But let's talk about it as far as these votes. So I'm on an island. I'm the only one that believes in the Texans. While Jay and Marcus believes that the Bills will have this victory. They'll take their comeback. All right, let's see what happens this one. Let's see what happens, man. This is going to be a good game too right here. This is going to be a good one. Next on up, we got the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Denver Broncos. This is another rivalry game in the AFC West. So me and Marcus got the Raiders. Jay is going with the Broncos. All right. Next on up, we got the Arizona Cardinals versus the San Francisco 49ers. And me, Marcus, and Jay all agree that the 49ers are taking this home. Next on up, we have the Green Bay Packers versus the Los Angeles Rams. And in this game, both me and Marcus agree that the Packers are going to win, while Jay is going with the Rams. This could be a sleeper game right here because hopefully, this could be a comeback game for the Rams, So this could be a sleeper game right here. So let's see what happens. The next on up, we have the New York Giants versus the Seattle Seahawks. And both me, Jay, and Marcus all agree that the Seahawks are taking this home. They ain't taking no L for twice this week. And for the Sunday night football game, we have the Dallas Cowboys versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. And me and Jay agree on the Steelers. Marcus picked the Cowboys. He's salty. I'm going to just put it out there. He's salty. Hey, look here. It ain't my fault the Steelers were winning. It ain't my fault. Your Ravens need to get themselves together. But let me leave that alone. But we'll see what this good. There's also could be a sleeper game if everything goes well. There's also could be a sleeper game right here. But last but not least, the Monday night football game, which I would deem the third best. This would be the third option game. That would be great. It's going to be the New Orleans Saints facing off against the Kansas City Chiefs. And both me and Jay agree on the Chiefs. Marcus is saying the Saints are going to take the upset. Hey, and to be honest, this is the one game I have no problem. It go either way. Truly, I got no problem. It go either way. This can go either way for me. True, it can go either way. But let me get into the first bye week coming into the NFL season, where we have the Detroit Lions, Tennessee Titans, Philadelphia Eagles, and the Los Angeles Chargers. 3 of these teams definitely need a break and definitely need some reassessment. While the Lions, on the other hand, is the only good team that's getting a break and will beat the pants off of whoever they got next week, the Cowboys. The Cowboys, y'all better hope y'all got enough ammo to lock down these Lions, because, boy, they're going to come and chew y'all up for chicken dinner. Okay, for chicken dinner. They're going to have roast beef, I guess. Because, boy, they're going to get y'all going to get y'all behinds whipped by them. I don't see y'all making no upsets out of the Lions. But definitely for sure, I'll say this. Titans, this won't help y'all at all. This won't help y'all. I mean, granted, you do need to this does give you some time to acclimate your backup quarterback to take the starting role, because Will Levis, he's injured. So, this gives enough time for him to prep to get acclimated, to get your backup quarterback prepped up, to get acclimated to take the starting job, to quarterback the team and lead the team to a victory. If they can get that next week coming up. But hey, time will tell. Eagles in Chargers. This is a great week for y'all to reassess yourselves, to take new measurements and see what's been working for y'all and see what's not working for y'all and make some changes. But mostly for the Eagles, Chargers, it's just more for Justin Herbert to get more healthier and all that stuff. But with that said, this is pretty much week 5 right here, ladies and gentlemen. So nothing more, nothing less. We call it how we see it around here. But other than that, hopefully you guys will be good with what you got here today. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you also hit the dislike button if you don't like the video for whatever reasons, based upon my picks and of course Marcus and Jay's. Also, be willing, if you do subscribe, be willing to hit that bell for notifications further on. But real quick, some games I want to talk about that was from week 4 real quick. That was very surprising. That was neither an upset game last week or neither just a surprise-telling game based upon show results. So, for instance, upset game. The Falcons upsetting the Saints. Based upon how the work ethic of both these two teams, you would think the Saints would have won this game. Sad not the case. Because honestly, the Saints should have won this game. But they didn't. I voted for them last week, but they didn't win, so it is what it is. Honestly, let me go check to see what did everyone else voted for that game. Yep, me, Marcus, and Jay voted for the Saints, and we all lost that game. So, but another game that was sort of telling, it wasn't upset, but it's sort of telling, was the Minnesota Vikings versus the Green Bay Packers. That was a 31-29 game, but the Packers, amongst Jordan Love, he was making a staggering comeback that second half, putting up 22 points just in the fourth quarter alone. That is enormous. That is very enormous. That you let the Packers come back and make that comeback. Oh, Vikings, y'all better get y'all defense up to par. Luckily enough, all three of us, between me, Marcus, and Jay, we all voted for the Vikings. But I'll tell you this, if the Vikings defense keep looking like that, y'all gonna lose eventually. Y'all gonna lose real soon. Y'all might lose even worse. God forbid if y'all lose someone on defense, because boy, that would be ugly. But those two guys definitely had some great games. Sam Darnold only missed 8 passes out of the 28 that he made, because he made 28 attempts. He got 20 catches, 275 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Pretty great game for him. Jordan Love, he was on business because he made 54 attempts, 32 catches, 389 yards, 4 touchdowns, but he made a staggering 3 interceptions. He took some risks. He took some heavy risks. Granted, did Jordan Love needed to do it to this extent? No, but I guess you know how it is, right? When you've been injured early in the season and your team is sort of on the decline, and it probably shouldn't have been, you overextend because you're trying to make sure you get your team into a good position to really be back on the winning circle. So I understand it, but just slow it down a little bit, Love. Slow it down, because 3 interceptions, that's tough. But nonetheless, man, pretty good game. Colts upsetting the Steelers to a 27-24 game. Steelers are facing a lot of injuries right now on offense. Hopefully it's not too staggering injuries, because if not, that's pretty much their run game, and that's going to be tough for them long term. But hopefully they get that situated, because I know a lot of people are saying, oh, the defense was the reason they lost. I'm like, I don't blame the defense. I blame more so the offense, to be honest with you. I blame the offense. Because let's be honest, Steelers been always having a problem with the offense. Because every single year, what they always do, Yeah, they work the defense. They always work on the defense, but they never really work on getting people for the offense. Not to that extent. So, yeah, they need to work that offense. Another staggering game. Tampa Bay Buccaneers outbeating the Eagles 33-16. Eagles, y'all better get it together, man. Y'all better get it together. Most people would have thought this would be a close game. That was a must-stop game. They stumped y'all to the ground. They said, clip them damn wings and send them downtown because, boy, y'all got y'all behind beat severely. I got y'all boys beat severely. But, hey, guess what? At least it wasn't as bad as the Buffalo Bills against the Ravens because the Ravens, they definitely must stomp the daylights out of them. The Ravens with an overcoming 35-10. Lamar and Derrick Henry were on business that night. And then another heavy staggering game, which was the Monday night game, was with the Detroit Lions beating the Seahawks and taking away their undefeated streak with a 42-29 game. That's pretty steep. That's pretty steep. And it's crazy because you would think the Seahawks would probably have a little bit more points on the board because of the work that Geno Smith put in, but I guess they couldn't get enough field goals. Granted, I didn't really watch too much of that game, but, pretty tough. But, yeah. And look, these games were good last week. These games were real good last week. But with that said, guys, thank you guys for tuning in on the video. Like I said, hit that like, hit that dislike. Come into the comment section. Tell me who you guys voting for week 5 as far as teams. And most importantly, tell me how my performance was, if anything. See you guys next week. And hopefully see you guys within the week because, like I said, I'm trying to get these videos together. So throughout the week, I'm gonna probably be busy though at the same time, but nonetheless, see you guys next week. See you guys within the following weeks of this week. Hopefully, just make sure to check the channel for the uploads and all that stuff. See you guys till then. Peace out. Much love.